In 2023, Prince Edward took on one of the most prestigious titles in the British royal family, Duke of Edinburgh, following his father's passing. But his life wasn't always set to be that of a traditional royal heir. Instead of immediately jumping into royal duties, Edward carved his own path with surprising career choices and quiet dedication. So how did a man who wasn't supposed to take center stage end up becoming one of the most significant figures in the royal family? Stay with us as we uncover the journey that transformed him into a key player in the royal story. Prince Edward wasn't always the royal we know today. Born on March 10, 1964, at Buckingham Palace, he's the youngest of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip's 4 children. Growing up, he wasn't the immediate heir to the throne, so the media often focused on his older siblings. But there's something special about being the youngest child of such an iconic couple. Edward's early life was filled with royal pomp, but he also had the pressure of living up to a royal legacy that was already massive. Interestingly, his father, Prince Philip, was the only royal to witness his birth, and it marked a different kind of connection between the two. As Edward grew up, he lived under the constant scrutiny of the British public, but he managed to keep a relatively low profile compared to his brothers and sister. From a young age, Prince Edward's education was one of high standards. He attended the prestigious Gordonstoun School, the same school his father and elder siblings had attended. While Gordonstoun is known for its tough discipline, it shaped Edward's character, and he even became head boy. But school wasn't just about academics. For Edward, it was also where he began to form his own identity. After completing his studies, Edward took a gap year, heading off to New Zealand to teach. It wasn't the royal life you'd expect, but it gave him a taste of something different. His next stop was Cambridge University, where he graduated with a degree in history. But it wasn't all about royal duties. Edward wanted to do something of his own. So, he joined Ardent Productions, a television production company, and spent years working behind the scenes. While it wasn't the royal career many expected, he found his footing in the world of entertainment. Despite his career in TV production, something was calling him back to royal life. In 2002, Prince Edward decided to step away from Ardent Productions and dive into royal duties full-time. This was a huge turning point. Edward took on numerous patronages and roles, particularly focusing on supporting young people and youth organizations. One of his most significant roles was taking on the Duke of Edinburgh's award after his father's passing, which had a massive impact on the development of young people worldwide. This wasn't a small commitment. As a royal, Edward's schedule became packed with engagements, and he worked hard to make his own mark. His transition was slow, but over time, he became one of the more active royals, often working behind the scenes without the massive media spotlight that followed his older siblings. In 1999, Prince Edward made a big decision that changed his life forever. He married Sophie Rhys-Jones, a commoner who wasn't a part of the royal family. Their marriage wasn't just a romantic union, it was an incredibly strategic one for the royal family. Sophie was smart, down to earth, and brought a sense of stability to Edward's life. They became the Earl and Countess of Wessex, and together they raised 2 children, Lady Louise Windsor and James, Earl of Wessex. Their family life is different from what you might imagine. Instead of living in palaces all the time, the Wessexes reside at Bagshot Park, a cozy home in Surrey, far removed from the usual royal hustle and bustle. The couple is very hands-on with their kids, and the family is known for keeping a low profile, making them relatable to the public in a way that other royals aren't. The balance of royal life and family is something that has shaped Edward into a more grounded figure. In 2021, the world lost Prince Philip, and with it, the title of Duke of Edinburgh was left vacant. In a surprising and historic move, Prince Edward was granted the title in 2023, many years after it had been originally bestowed upon his father. This was a huge moment for the Wessex family. Edward, who had spent years in the background of royal duties, was now stepping up to a major role that came with immense responsibility and honor. But this wasn't just about a title, it was about the legacy that came with it. Edward now carries forward the Duke of Edinburgh's Award, a prestigious initiative that supports young people's personal development. It's one of the longest-running royal programs, and it's a role that has transformed Edward into a more central figure in the royal family. In recent years, Prince Edward has become more visible than ever. While other members of the royal family often dominate the headlines, Edward has quietly built a reputation as someone dedicated to his work. In the last year alone, he completed over 297 royal engagements. Yes, you heard that right, he's been more active than some of the more high-profile royals, handling public duties with professionalism and grace. He stepped in more frequently during King Charles III's health challenges, proving that Edward's presence is invaluable to the royal family. He's been praised for his humble nature and unwavering dedication to royal responsibilities. In fact, many believe that Edward's quiet but significant efforts are what have made him one of the most reliable and respected members of the royal family today. One of the most defining aspects of Prince Edward's life is his commitment to charity. His philanthropic work spans numerous sectors, from the arts to sports and youth development. Edward has been a staunch advocate for organizations that support young talent, and he's made it his mission to uplift those who need it most. He's a key patron of the National Youth Theatre, which fosters young actors, and he has supported the British Paralympic Association for years. His impact isn't just about throwing his name behind causes, it's about showing up, attending events, and making a real difference. Through these efforts, Edward has proven that being royal isn't just about wearing crowns and attending gala dinners, it's about using your position to make the world better for others. Prince Edward's life isn't defined by scandal or controversy. Instead, he's building a legacy based on hard work, dedication, and humility. His journey from a behind-the-scenes royal to the Duke of Edinburgh has shown that not all royal paths are paved with public adoration. Sometimes, it's the quiet dedication to service that leaves the most lasting impact. What do you think? Drop a comment below, share this story, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell icon for more amazing royal insights.